Hey everybody, welcome back to Tailspin Farm. I am so glad you're here today. Um, it's been a couple weeks. Hubby has been taking over videoing for me. I know you guys have enjoyed him. He's always a load of fun, and so I'm so thankful that he was able to do that, and he probably will be doing more videos. I wanted to say thank you for all the prayers in the comments. It's been so nice to see this community kind of just grab onto that. It's just amazing to me that my small little channel that just teaches fiber things has such a nice following. So I wanted to start there. I'm just going to chat today to update you a little bit and kind of tell you where we're at, where I'm at. So it's been 3 weeks today that I had surgery. I had emergency abdominal surgery. I ended up having sepsis, so it's going to be a long road to recovery. So I'm 3 weeks out. They said it would take at least 5 weeks to get feeling back to normal. And every day I can feel it just a little bit more. I am able to go out and help Scott in the morning with chores now. He's still doing most of the stuff around here. I'm able to help with dinner and dishes now and laundry. So all of that stuff he has been holding on to for a couple weeks here. So that I know that I'm getting better. I'm just very slow, and I don't have a slow motion in me usually, but I am slow right now. So I am humbled by that. And it's definitely a learning journey. So yeah, I'm so thankful for Scott. I don't know what I would have done if he wasn't here. It would have been even a bigger mess than what it was. So I'm so thankful for him, and he's working full time. Just a minute. Nothing like an interruption to start off our first video back. The cat wanted out, and I knew she'd sit there and pick at the door if I didn't let her out. So he's working full time. He was actually in California the night I had to call the ambulance. So he had a very quick 24-hour trip to California. So it's just been a really whirlwind around here. I'm thankful. Our kids aren't really close. They're all about an hour to 2 hours away, with one out of state. But we were able to, some of them work remote. So our son and daughter-in-law were able to come help with the animals. And even without and I apologize for the ums. It's gonna be a tough road coming back to videoing. Even without the farm animals, the chickens, the rabbits, the goats, we have dogs and cats, so they needed to be taken care of. So even beyond the farm animals, there's always the dogs and the cats that need to be taken care of. So our son and daughter-in-law were able to come be here, and they actually helped me for a couple days prior to my surgery, and then they stayed on for that weekend and were able to take care of all the animals. And I'm just so thankful for that. I realize I've been thinking about this so much, and I've talked about this before. I talked about it in my video when I was chatting a little bit. You really have to have farm strategies in place if you're doing this alone, whatever that looks like. And it's really important to have that. If I didn't have Scott and I didn't have maybe a backup or a hired farm person, farm hand, whatever you want to call them, I don't know what I would have done. Now, I had plenty of friends from church that messaged, and some of my other friends up here that messaged and said, can I come help with chores, things like that. So that part of me knows that if I was in dire straits, something could have gotten done. I know that because I have friends, and I could have done something that way. But the reality is, if Scott wasn't here, the first week I was home from the hospital, I was pretty much in bed, or in my lazy boy, I should say. That's pretty much where I stayed. That was the most comfortable spot I could find. So, yeah, there has to be some strategies in place, especially as we get older. We're all getting older, and I'm thinking about that a lot now. The first week I was home from the hospital, I literally told Scott, sell all the animals, I'm done. I can't do this. And I've gotten through that crazy. It was just the idea that there's so much work, even with our small farm. And Scott did go ahead and plant a big garden. I told him, don't plant a garden this year. I don't know how long. They did say this would be a long recovery. I still have some tests to get done and things like that. But yeah, it's kind of hit me hard this time. And this recovery has been the hardest recovery I've ever had. And it makes you think a lot. So I'm doing a lot of thinking. Again, I'm over the get rid of everything hump. I think I'll be okay. I just need to get to the point where I don't need to rely on anybody, but this was also a good lesson for me that sometimes you have to rely on people. So yeah, lots of thoughts there. But I know people out there. I have a friend, my friend Carrie, who is a widow, and she has a farm. She has a flock of sheep, and she does all the things. And I wanna interview Carrie one of these days. A lot of you know her, just to talk about that specific thing. Like, where does your brain go, and how do you deal with the what ifs, or the those kind of plans that you just unexpected things that happen. So I'm pretty sure, I think Carrie has people in place. I'm pretty sure she has a little bit of help. She does a lot of it by herself though, which is amazing to me. I strive to be there. I want to be that woman, and sometimes you're just not, and you have to deal with that whole brain thing also. So those are my deep thoughts for today. And yeah, so with that being said, I thought I'd update you on a couple of things. We are 4 weeks out from the Homesteaders Conference. It was an amazing weekend. We were there all day Friday, Saturday. We were there by 6 in the morning, got home about 7 every night. I don't regret not getting a hotel over there. We were 50 minutes away. It's not a bad drive at all. It was a straight shot south, and it just worked out really well. So I will, if I'm invited back next year, I will not get a hotel room and stay down there, because it worked out fine. We did have to, there's that 50 minutes where you have to figure in for chores in the morning and stuff like that. Excuse me. But it was a great weekend. We met so many people, and it was so much fun. I was nervous as all get out. I have never done anything quite that big before, and I just really enjoyed myself. I found myself talking to people and teaching people, and for me, I always second guess my knowledge. I am not a overly confident person when it comes to speaking my mind or telling people like it is or whatever. But the reality is that after doing this for 20 years, people ask the questions and you have the answers because you've lived it, you've been doing it. So I so much enjoyed meeting everyone. There was amazing vendors there, amazing vendors. There were so many vendors, and great speakers. I didn't get to listen to anybody else's stuff, but I knew what the list was, and what everybody was speaking about, and there was just such a wide variety. So as far as I know, next year there will be year 2, And if you put that on your calendar, I'm hoping it's the same time. I'm guessing it will be. It'll be at the same place, Lake Odessa. But it was just a really amazing weekend with like-minded people and lots of thoughts and different things. So, yeah, I also, I also had, so this was Friday, Saturday. I got sick Tuesday. So Monday I spent trying to get my house in order because the week prior to the conference was spent conference prep and all that stuff. So I did all my house stuff on Monday, and I worked in the gardens. Thankfully, Scott and I started. Our property is, I think the lady who lived here previously to us was a master gardener. So our property has some really beautiful gardens in it. And he and I were able to get a lot done in April. And so I'm so thankful for that, because at least the front yard looks lovely. And then I also worked on some of our side gardens that Monday evening and planned on finishing those out. And then got sick Tuesday morning. So I still have a long ways to go on yard work and cleaning up some beds and things like that. That's what's killing me right now, is that that's not getting done, and it's not necessary. So honestly, it's probably a good lesson for me to just let some stuff go, at least for this year. This isn't going to last. So I'm thankful for that. And again, Scott got the garden all planted. We have strawberries coming in, and I've been able the last couple of days to pick strawberries. We have raspberries coming in, and if they're anything like they were last year, I'm going to probably have to call friends and ask them to come pick and take what you pick, because they were crazy last year. I'm hoping it's the same. The bushes look beautiful. We planted a couple more apple trees, which we got at the conference. That was an awesome vendor. They had heirloom apple trees, and I think he was one of the speakers, I'm almost positive. And so we got a couple of heirloom apple trees that I've never heard of. So yeah, the yard will, it'll get done, even if it's next year. And I was going into on Monday, and I apologize if this is a little scattered. I am out of practice, and I still have a lot of brain fog right now. So on Monday, I had put out there that I was going to do some classes here at the farm. I want to do some drop spindle classes. I want to do some wheel spinning classes. And I would like to promote the Spinolution spinning wheels, which I'm a dealer for. I am still hoping to do that. It's going to have to wait right now. I don't have the energy to put something on like that right now. So I'm thinking maybe August or September. We'll see how it goes. And but if you're interested in that, keep that in mind. I will be, as I work through my health and stuff and get to that point, I will be announcing those. I will have all the supplies. There will be a cost to the class, obviously, but it will be here at the farm. And I'm debating. Originally, I was going to do the class and then have a farm meal here. I may still do that depending on how I'm feeling, or I may just cut it down to just the class. We'll see. But those are plans that I have. I have a couple other connections that I made just recently that I want to work on. So yeah, those are some of the things happening. Let's see, baby rabbit update. So I have one Frenchie Angora. He or she looks to be black. She's about 5 weeks old, so she's a little bit young right now. I usually let them go at about 8 weeks. She's going to be for sale. I also have the 7 red English Angoras, which are beautiful. They're all red. I wasn't sure. There were a couple that are a little bit lighter, and I wondered if they were going to be more of a fawn color, and they are not. They are all red. If you go to my Instagram, you can see videos and photos of them. They are available. They'll be ready in a couple weeks. I have already have a few of them sold or called for, or whatever you want to say. I think I have 3 or 4 of them that people are interested in already. So they're going to go fast. The babies are 6 weeks old this week. Red is not a typical color that you're going to find. And so they are all pedigreed also. So they'll be ready to go in a couple weeks. And let's see, what else? You can contact me, DM me on Instagram. You can email me. All the information's down below. We are low on hay. One of those spring things that you panic about as a farmer who doesn't do fields or anything like that, and you have to get your animals hay. So it's been in the back of my brain for a couple weeks now. I knew we were going to need hay in June. In December, we got 2 round bales, the first time we've ever gotten round bales. And I've never looked into them because I never thought we could store them. And then we had some confusion in December when I called to get square bales and went to pick them up, and they were actually round bales. And Scott's like, oh, we could do this. We could put a couple in the barn. It's tight, but it does work. So, which actually is one of those strategies that I was talking about earlier with getting older and things like that, and having to have things in place. That's actually a strategy for us, because we found out usually we get 30-ish bales every 6 months or so. 2 bales is about 22 rounds are about 27-ish squares. And we found out that rolling 2 round bales off the trailer and into the garage is way easier and less time consuming than carrying 30 bales of hay and stacking it for Scott and I. So I'm so thankful for that. So tonight we are going to I had no problems finding hay, found it 7 miles away. I do a Timothy grass mix for my rabbits and goats. And so yeah, we're going to get it tonight, and we're going to just get 1 for now. That will take us at least, it's going to take us through summer, and then we'll worry about 2 more in September. But right now the 1 will be fine. It'll give us a little bit more room in the barn, and we know that we can find them pretty easily around here now. And so we're going to go get that tonight, and we take our trailer. When we did the 2, we put 1 in the trailer, 1 in the back of the truck, and it fit perfectly. Tonight, Scott said he's going to hook up the trailer, even though we could just put 1 in the back of the truck. He said it'll be easier for him just to roll it off the trailer and into the barn. So that saves us time and energy, which we need right now. So yeah, we're getting that tonight. Yeah, I think that's all I've got. I'm not doing any spinning right now. I have done very little yarny spinning anything. I have been, that is the other thing I want to talk about. I have been actually shearing down the last week or so. I have been shearing down all of my rabbits. We are supposed to have a huge high 90s next week, huge heat wave come in. And so I have been doing 2 or 3 rabbits about every other day is about all I can handle. That's today's been a good day. Today has been a really good day, actually. So I've done a little bit more today, but I am shearing everyone down. There's a good side and a bad side to that. Once I get them sheared down, they're good for the next, through most of summer, and we'll see what August brings. But by shearing them down, I don't have a lot of maintenance on them. I'm not combing them or anything like that. So that's going to help that out. And also, I'm even shearing ones that have been sheared recently. I need, for my own peace of mind and this heat coming in, I just need to make sure that everyone is all down and not overheated or anything like that. And so I will have quite a bit of fiber that I'm probably going to try to felt it is what I think I'm going to do, but it will not be spinning fiber, which breaks my heart. It kills me. But when you've only got a couple inches on a rabbit, you can spin it. I could spin it, but with Angora, it's harder to get that twist in there to keep it so that it's a nice yarn. And so I won't spin it or anything. I'm just going to keep it for my own use and maybe do some felted balls and things like that for some jewelry. So, and I do have some that were definitely, I did 2 Germans this week and 2 French this week that had, 4-inch staple length. So all of that fiber I've saved. I have a lot of fiber right now because I'm not spinning and I'm just not active right now. So I'm going to put all that into plastic bags for now. And I think I'm going to do some dyeing this summer. Once I get to feeling a little bit better, I am going to dye up some Angora and do just a bunch of different colors and things like that. And maybe do some videos on that. I've done it before, but it's always fun to see the different colors and the way that the natural fiber color picks up the dye. So that's on the docket is that, but I am getting them all sheared down. I think I've gotten 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 done, and I have 22. I'm not even halfway there, but I will get there this weekend. So yeah, that's, and a couple of them I'm not overly worried about. I'm doing all the ones that really need to be done right now and going from there. So most of the ones, like the 9 that I did, those ones were they were overdue because of just the last few weeks. My English obviously take a little bit more grooming. So those ones were in desperate need. They were pretty matted, I'll be honest, mainly around their tummy, edge, feet, things like that. So I had a lot of waste there, but they're all sheared down now. They're looking good. So yeah. All right. I am tired. This has been a longer video than I thought it would be, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be back and we will continue to do these learning videos and all of that. I still have a list of videos that I want to do with different ideas. But for now, we're just going to kind of hold off on those until I have a little bit more energy. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and happy Father's Day to all of those out there. We're not all of our kids, because we have kids out of state, but some of our kids are coming up with the grandkids this weekend. So I am looking forward to that. So have a fantastic weekend, and I hope you get to create something today.